Hi there, Spark fans. Rob Reynolds here once again. You've heard me talk about it before. You will probably hear me talk about it again. Connectivity. Anytime you need to get information, any information, sensor data, control data, anything, from point A to point B, you need connectivity. And while wired connectivity is ideal, it's fast, it's reliable, if you need to communicate over any distance of note, or if you need freedom of movement either on the sender side or the receiver side, you'll need something wireless. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LoRa, they're all great over short distances, but if you need to communicate over a larger distance, I'm talking across a country or even across the world, you'll need something cellular. And we now have an amazing new entry into that category. Introducing the new SparkFun MicroMod cellular function board Blues wireless Notecarrier. First, let's look at the reason this board exists, the Notecard Note NBGL 500 cellular module from Blues Wireless. The module itself has an integrated GNSS module and 3-axis accelerometer. There's also a built-in SIM card that's compatible with over 140 countries' cellular networks. Of course, as is always the case, cellular signal quality will vary depending on where you are in the world. There are U.FL connectors for both cellular and GPS antennas, and a pair of LEDs, a green LED to indicate modem activity and a red LED to show user activity. Plus, a 10-year data plan with 500 megabytes used over the life of the device is included in the price of the hardware. As for the cellular function board itself, first, it offers an empty nano SIM socket to allow for a second external SIM card addition. There are PTH headers for aux enable, aux RX MCU TX, aux TX MCU RX, and ground. The board has 4 LEDs for 3.3 volt I/O voltage status, Notecard power status, auxiliary UART status, and a WS2812 RGB LED connected to Notecard aux2. Solder jumpers on the board allow you to toggle the USB-C shield pin to ground, the VIO status LED circuit, the Notecard power status LED circuit, the auxiliary enable status LED circuit, the RGB LED circuit, external antenna power, EEPROM write protection, and the final jumper, labeled MEAS, will allow you to use a digital multimeter to measure the current draw of the function board. There's also one M.2 MicroMod connector and one USB Type-C connector for direct serial interface with the Notecard, and finally a configurable user button to do with what you will. Now I fear I may have lost many of you about halfway through that extensive specs list when you thought you heard me say that this board includes a 10-year data plan with 500 megabytes of data over those 10 years. You heard correctly, purchase the board, 10-year data plan included. Unbelievable. Now I know that you also heard me say that it's compatible with the cellular systems in over 140 countries, but what I didn't mention was by putting an external SIM card in the onboard socket, you can add another 33 countries to that list. Now on top of all that, this board now also offers outboard device firmware updates, meaning that you can reprogram a processor remotely through their website. Now, this is limited to specific processors in the MicroMod ecosystem, so you'll need to read through the hookup guide as well as look at the documentation on Blues Wireless's site to make sure you're using the right one. Blues Wireless's NoteHub.io is a service that routes data from a note card to the cloud. A NoteHub works with a wide range of cloud options like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. In addition, NoteHub can route data to an IoT messaging platform like MQTT or to a custom HTTP/HTTPS endpoint. A NoteHub requires an account tied to your note card, so make sure you register if you don't have one already. For me, the fact that this board can send messages to any number of cloud services or even my own private website drops this squarely in the category of I should probably get one of those. Now add to that the fact that I don't have to worry about a data plan on this for 10 years, and I can use it in over 140 countries. I mean 170 if I add an external SIM card. It becomes a no-brainer. I mean, I could go drop this on the Peruvian coast to measure the subduction of the Pacific plate, not have to worry about it, not have to go back there for 10 years. I mean, I would because Peru is beautiful, but I digress. So head over to SparkFun.com and pick up your own SparkFun MicroMod cellular function board Blues wireless Notecarrier today. Seriously. And of course, stay safe, be kind, and happy hacking. I might be ready. You need connectivity.
Sure do.
Sure do. Again, beginning of January could be me. I could actually be blurry. Might not be the lens at all. Or if you need freedom of movement. I should move while I'm saying it. What happens after my head explodes? I guess it doesn't matter. because, you know, no head.